Hi everyone. Yesterday I keep doing my exercise homework, and the subject is how to control your mind. Dhampa Pani. Yes. So once you control your mind, you can achieve anything in life. And so let's begin. Yes.
So the first thing I learned when I went to the monastery was to learn how the mind works.
Yes. So the first thing I learned when I went to the monastery was to learn how the mind works.
I learned when I went to the monastery was to learn how the mind works.
Because once you know how the mind works, you can control it, and when you can control it, you can focus it. You can focus and concentrate something you don't understand. When people say to me, like it's too busy, I can't simplify. No, if you don't want to, you have a choice. Your body is holding a gun to your head, saying, you have to associate with the people, or you have to do these things. No, you choose to do them. People say this to me all the time. I am around an entrepreneur and other people that you and I have met. They come up with Snapchat. You need to be on Snapchat. I'm blind. I don't need to be on Snapchat. I don't care what come up tomorrow. I'm not going to do it. Because I can't sustain it. Right? That's going to take a little bit more of my energy today. And I only have this much energy. I need to divide between all the people and things that I love. The law of thermodynamics states that you cannot create or destroy energy, but you can transfer it from one thing to another, or transform it from one thing to another. So I can't create more energy. I only have this much. Because at 11 o'clock at night, I'll be exhausted and ready to sleep. So I got this much 100%. I need to know where I'm driving. I always tell entrepreneurs to look at energy the same way as I look at money. It's finite resource that needs to be wisely managed, wisely reallocated, and wisely invested. The average person sleeps work 7 to 8 hours to stay rolling. So we awake for about 16 hours of a day. Let's say on average we operate 13 hours a day. 7 days a week distraction. And then you wonder why you are so good at it. That's the law of practice. The law of practice is that we become good at whatever it is we practice, but whether it's positive or negative, it doesn't matter. If you practice something over and over and over again, you become really good at it. And that's why people are so good at distraction. Because it's what they practice. And then people say things like technology are great distractors, right? Smartphones, or I have this thing, so distracting my smartphone, the internet. Are they detractors? I'd like to say no first, and then yes, but mostly no. Technology in itself is not a bad thing. It's actually a beautiful thing. as long as we in charge of it.
But
But if every time your voice beeps or makes a sound, you turn to it and you go, "Yes, Master. How can I serve you today?" Then you live in that world of distraction. You It's training you to be distracted. But if you actually use technology, then technology is not a bad thing. So how do we become good at concentrating? We start by understand the mind, right? All of us have a mind. It's the most powerful tool in the world. It's built the smartphone. It was a machine that ran itself on Mars. So the first thing I learned when I went to the monastery was to learn how the mind works. Because once you know how the mind works, you can control it. And when you control it, you can focus it. You can't focus or concentrate something you don't understand. So how does the mind work? From the mind's perspective, from the mind's experience of the mind, there are two things that you need to understand. One is awareness, and one is your mind. So I'll take a few moments to explain this to you and share what they are. So imagine awareness is a growing part of light, like an orb that can float around. Okay, so the awareness. Now imagine your mind at a vast space, a vast area with many different sections within it. One area of the mind is anger, jealousy, food, sadness, happiness, joy, sadness, art. And this growing part of awareness can control within the mind, and it can go to any area of the mind it wants to go to. And when it goes to a particular area of the mind, it lights up that area. When it lights up that area of mind, you become conscious of it. And this is what happens all day. We all are people and things around us to check our awareness from one area of the mind to another, all day long, from the time we wake up. And therefore we become distracted. To be concentrated is to be able to keep your awareness on one thing for an extended period of time. How do we practice this? We practice it by doing one thing at a time through our day. What's the best way to develop concentration? The best way to develop concentration is to bring that practice into our everyday life. Look at opportunity through our today. In the average day, ask yourself, what's a great opportunity to practice concentration? How many of you have exposed a partner that you live with? Quite a few of us. Every time you speak with your spouse or your partner, keep that spark of light that awareness on that person. It drifts away, bring it back. It drifts away, bring it back. The more you practice this, the more you become better at concentration. We her or him your undivided attention. So if you speak to your spouse for 2 hours a day, what a great opportunity to practice concentration. Every time you speak with your child, practice concentration. Parents come up to me all the time and they said, Grandpa Bunny, how can I teach my children to concentrate?
can I teach my children to concentrate? Very easy.
Very easy. You learn to concentrate first. There's an old saying that goes, monkey sees, monkeys do.
Monkey do.
You know?
And
And if you can't concentrate, you can't expect your child to concentrate. And if you don't teach your children how to concentrate, how can they possibly learn how to concentrate?
learn how to concentrate? They can't.
They can't.
Benefits of
The
concentration.
benefits of concentration are endless. When you're able to concentrate, you're able to focus all your energy into a single given point, like a manifestation of where your energy is flowing.
of where your energy is flowing.
And if you can't concentrate your energy, the things that you want to manifest in your life becomes very, very challenging. So learn to concentrate by doing one thing at a time. Bring this practice into everything that you do throughout the day. Make it a part of your life. Practice, practice, practice. Keep bringing awareness back and keep it focused on one thing at a time. Yes, and it's all my speech. Thank you. Time for your listening. Bye bye. See you next time.